And coordinate the activities of the community. That's what my title is, and also when it comes to the media, I'll be the person that coordinates the media activities.
So someone just walking in off the street could
yes,
very well.
we have been already. Yeah. We've been doing that since before we're even open. The doors were open. So no, it's just coming off the street, just chatting. Could be anybody, exactly. So that's what we're here for. That's why I'm lined up to the door. I can see who's coming in. We've got 5 offices here. We only have 3 people working in here, but we do have a lot of consultants and stuff that work for us, right? So this office will be busy over the next year, and so we have our environmental manager here. We've set it up here to have a bit of a mini boardroom. We have a boardroom here in this building, but it's upstairs, a bigger boardroom. So we have a mini boardroom here that we can have like smaller little setting meetings.
You mentioned the office is open to allow the public to come in and get the information they want. Have you had anybody in yet?
I think 20 or so people that wandered in, just some business people, other people welcoming the office.
Are they asking questions?
As far as I'm aware, yeah. So I'm not really totally up to speed yet. I just got here this morning. So.
And what if people do have questions? How are you answering them? Do you have a package of information you give them?
We're putting together that. It's not available just yet, but hopefully by the end of the week we'll have some different aspects of the project written out for people to.
Do people have the opportunity to meet with a manager if they wanted to, or is it more or less just an opportunity to?
Well, they can meet with anybody that's here. Okay, for sure. We can't just guarantee who's going to be around. We have a core group that's here, and people will be coming and going.
Obviously, you're in the middle of the environmental review process.
At the very start of the
very start of it. Okay.
Yeah. What has happened so far is there's been one public meeting, but before that there was several, I think almost 30 meetings by the company went out and approached different interest groups, from grasslands associations to the city to the district to the fishing club and whatnot. So we covered a fair bit of ground prior to the public meeting that was held in June. But the process is underway, and based on the first meeting, there was a number of concerns people raised, and those concerns are now being put into what's known as the draft application process, and that'll be the subject of the next public meeting.
Which is when?
Not sure, it's government controls that, but presumably hopefully it's in September or early October, something
so
like
this
that.
year you expect?
Yeah.
So
and that really,
just so I'm clear, the concerns that were raised in the first series of meetings, are you tabling them together into a document, addressing them and then putting them back for the public?
well, we don't quite address them. The application is the master document that addresses everything. So what it is this is an information gathering session or phase where the government hears what the public has to say, what the different government departments have to say, what the different elements of federal and provincial government have to say. All that goes into the document that the environmental assessment people prepare. What they prepare is sort of essentially is a table of contents for this application that we will put in.
I mean, inevitably, people are impatient and they want answers to their questions. And if somebody walks to the door today and says, I live in Aberdeen, what are you going to do about dust? What do you tell people?
Well, we can tell them that we've got a number of any mitigations that, for one, I think that we have to say is that the law won't allow us to emit dust. So that's one thing that's really good. And we say we're going to look after our workers in particular. By looking after them, you sort of look after everybody else.
I guess the list of questions I could pose is endless in that sense. Are you prepared to answer each and every question individually, one by one, as people ask them of you?
Well, we probably won't. What we will do is tell them the process and when it will be available and whatever. So, what we can gauge though is if there's a number of questions interest. If that is the interest question, well, we can perhaps put something together or give a preview of what will be in the environmental assessment application.
And that will be in March. you
Yeah,
expect.
yeah. Yeah, this, the environmental assessment thing is not an event, it's a process.
Sure.
To help us with that too, is that we're going to do a public perception survey. We start that next week, and that'll give us sort of a broader view of the thing done by a professional pollster type organization.
And that's of the Kamloops.
Kamloops area.
What is it you're looking to gauge? What?
Well, just to see if there's particular areas of concern that are of general interest. Right now, we sort of obviously have some fairly vocal minority, I guess, people that saying this. Gives us a gauge to say whether that's a bigger crowd or there's other issues that are more important to the crowd at large, or the population at large.